Who is guiding this man from this vicious woman? Because she is vicious. You know, it's all about her. She'll do whatever she can to get what she wants. And Harry, you know, whatever. I mean, he's not going to be someone that she's going to tread lightly around with the things she's doing. He's going to go under the bus as well.
You know things are off when someone casually calls themselves a fraud and means it as a joke. Meghan Markle did just that, smiling into the camera as she explained how she lied about being a member of the Actors Union to land her first big role. "I was such a fraud," she laughed, brushing off the deception like it was a cute story from her early grind. But that single moment, a smirk, a harmless confession, tells us more than she realized. Because if you watch closely, you'll see it. A pattern of charm used like a scalpel, of truths bent just enough to pass, and of a woman who knows exactly how to game every system she enters. It wasn't just about that union card. That story became the blueprint.
What do you make of reports in Vanity Fair that Meghan's PR team have reportedly spruiked a potential book about her life post-divorce from Prince Harry, which is a bit awkward since the couple haven't even split up?
From her early auditions to her Netflix documentaries, Meghan learned how to twist narratives into stepping stones. The lie about the SAG card didn't cost her anything. In fact, it forced producers to Taft-Hartley her, a loophole that upgraded her resume instantly. Instead of consequences, she got rewarded. And if you zoom out from that one moment, you'll see that same pattern again and again. A strategy disguised as a personality, the charming smile, the self-deprecating humor, but underneath it, something far colder, calculation. She didn't just want fame, she wanted control.
Just wait until Prince William is king. I think he's going to put his handsome foot down and he is going to rock Meghan Markle's world. Meghan Markle is going to be humbled very quickly.
According to a report in OK Magazine, Prince William plans on stripping both Harry and Meghan of their HRH titles.
Take the Finding Freedom lawsuit. Meghan swore, under oath, that she didn't collaborate with the authors of the glowing biography. She doubled down in court, denying any involvement in shaping the narrative. But then the emails surfaced. Emails showing she did, in fact, help guide the story. And what happened next? Nothing. No real consequences. No serious backlash. The judge called it an unfortunate lapse of memory, while others called it what it looked like: perjury. Still, she skated past the fallout, eyes forward, narrative intact. And that's the trick. She moves faster than the truth can catch her.
The quote, Prince William plans to flex his muscles and wipe his wayward brother Prince Harry and his power-hungry wife Meghan from the history books, it says.
There are growing calls to strip Harry and Meghan of their royal titles. The New York Post is reporting that locals in the UK say enough is enough.
The media played along for years, tiptoeing, cautious, fearful of being labeled racist or misogynistic. But that fear is fading because the cracks are getting harder to ignore. The viral clips, the tone-deaf comments, the contradictions that pile up like receipts. Even legacy outlets like the Daily Mail have started to say the quiet part out loud, that Meghan has a serious communications problem. And once trust erodes, it doesn't come back easily. When the story changes depending on the platform, the audience, or the goal.
All right, well, the rift in the royal family is once again in the spotlight, with Prince Harry airing his grievances to the world after losing a security battle.
I can't see a world in which I would be bringing my wife and children back to the UK at this point.
You stop asking what's true and start wondering what else is being hidden. It's not just about words, it's about optics. Remember the moon bump rumors? The ones dismissed as conspiracy theories? They claimed Meghan used prosthetics during her pregnancies, which sounded absurd at the time. And maybe it still is. But when even mainstream outlets begin to question her shifting personal narratives, people start revisiting the old rumors. Why the secrecy around birth details? Why the blurred timelines?
Your family, especially William and Kate, didn't develop reservations about Meghan because of the way she bullied palace staff. She was simply the victim of royal racism. All of this is nonsense.
The conversation with you,
With Harry.
about...
These aren't just royal mysteries. They're stories told one way, then reshaped the moment questions start. It's not about proving every theory. It's about the feeling that something isn't adding up. And then there's the wedding footage. A quiet moment, a glance toward Princess Charlotte. Some viewers saw warmth, a gentle bow of the head. Others saw something else, a cold, calculating stare, a momentary flicker of who Meghan really is beneath the carefully constructed image. And that's what keeps happening. The more people slow down and watch the footage frame by frame,
is not visibly black, but that's who she is. The way that they speak about her and the way they treat her is incredibly relatable to everybody else of colour.
Meghan has always been a mad, keen player of the victim card. The nasty Brits who took against her because of the colour of her skin.
the more they start to question whether the kindness is genuine or just expertly played for the camera. Perception becomes reality, especially when the subject is this media savvy. When pushback hits, Meghan doesn't explain. She reframes. That's the real genius of her strategy. Critics aren't questioning facts. They're attacking her identity. That's the shield. They're targeting me because I'm a woman of color, because I speak my truth. It's never about the contradiction. It's about the victimhood.
Louise, is there more than just a professional separation?
Well, it does make me wonder because all signs point to some issues behind the scenes. I mean,
So many times how Harry is so much better on his own, and the evidence appears to keep adding up.
Remember the claim that someone in the royal family raised concerns about Archie's skin tone? That bombshell ripped through the monarchy and ignited global outrage. But when Harry was asked about it later, he walked it back. Not racism, he clarified. Unconscious bias. So, which was it? Meghan never clarified. She didn't have to. The damage was done. Now enter Harry's memoir, Spare. It's his story on the surface, but read between the lines and you'll feel Meghan's presence. Not just in the tone, but in the construction, the emotional beats, the calculated vulnerability. Take that chilling moment when Harry admits to raising his voice during an argument, and Meghan responds with, "If you ever speak to me like that again, our marriage is over." That line didn't feel like a revelation. It felt like a warning shot, carefully placed in the pages of a global bestseller. And people asked, why would Harry share that? The only answer? Influence. Quiet, subtle, complete. Look at Harry now. The once charismatic prince who lit up every room now looks drained, strained, unmoored. The grin is forced. The spark is gone. It's like watching someone disappear in real time, trying to convince themselves that everything's fine as the world watches them spiral. Meghan, meanwhile, is planning the next move, laying the groundwork. A new brand, a new show, a new image. But Harry, he's still stuck inside a narrative he didn't write, following a script he might not even believe anymore. And that might be the saddest part. He gave up everything, his home, his family, his name, for someone who might be using it all as content. The post-divorce narrative, yes, we said it, is already writing itself. When that book comes out, you can predict the chapters. The palace was cold, Catherine was distant, Camilla was manipulative, Harry was emotionally unavailable. The emotional blueprint is already there. And Meghan, she'll be cast as the misunderstood woman who tried everything, who gave her all, and who finally had to walk away to protect her truth. No matter what Harry says after that, it'll be framed as damage control. She'll have the head start. She'll control the tone. She'll own the sympathy. And where's the royal family in all this? Silent. Still playing the never complain, never explain card. But silence now isn't grace. It's permission. Meghan is rewriting their history, one soft focus interview at a time, and no one's pushing back. William is reportedly ready to fight, but he's constrained by the crown, by tradition, by a father who still sees family as sacred, even when that family is setting the palace on fire from across the ocean. The longer they wait, the more ground they lose. And Meghan, she's not just winning. She's rewriting the rulebook. But the people with the most to lose aren't the royals. It's Archie and Lilibet, the kids. The ones who didn't ask for any of this. The ones who will grow up in a digital world where nothing stays buried. Where every theory, every headline, every contradiction is just one search away. What happens when they start asking questions? What happens when the curated family scrapbook doesn't match the stories, plastered all over YouTube, TikTok, and Reddit? You can spin the press, but you can't spin your kids forever. And when that moment comes, it won't be Meghan who's questioned first. It'll be Harry. Because Harry was supposed to protect them. All of them. His wife, his kids, his legacy. But the more you read, the more it seems like he didn't just fail. He never had control to begin with. And when Meghan's final version of events hits the shelves, Harry may not recognize himself in it at all, because her truth doesn't need his approval. It only needs to feel real enough for the world to believe. And if it costs him everything, well, she's already proven she'll keep moving forward. Eventually, the lies run out of road. The masks slip, the stories stop working, and the spotlight moves on. That's the reckoning. Meghan's might come from ambition, the wall she can't climb, but Harry's, his wall will be built from regret. And when the truth finally catches up, it won't just be a PR nightmare. It'll be the moment he realizes the story he spent years defending was never his to begin with.